Greetings everyone, welcome to City of Digital once again, and today we'll be solving this brute force 2FA verification course lab from Portugal Web Academy. So this lab is marked as expert, and in this lab what we have to do is simply, as the name suggests, we need to brute force the codes. But there's a catch, as always in expert labs. Like in this lab you will get logged out for every two unsuccessful attempts in guessing the verification code. I'll just demonstrate how it's happening and how I came to know about it. And what you need to do is you need to find a way to actually brute force without being stuck, without getting stuck at that um, logouts. So once it's logged out after two unsuccessful attempts, you will see a message saying invalid CSRF token. So we will bypass that and we will successfully brute force the verification code and solve this lab. Let's see how. So we'll go to this lab and I'll just proxy my traffic through perp. All right, I have my perp suit on. Okay, turn off the intercept. If you want, just switch to HTTP history. So just go to my accounts. We are given a set of credentials which we want to hack. All right, so these are the victim credentials. We will just log in using those credentials. I'll just click log in, and here you can see it's asking me for a 4-digit security code. So I'll just enter some random codes like 1234 and I'll just click log in. So for first time it's saying incorrect security code. So let's give one more time the wrong security code and try to log in. So next time, once we do it 2 times, this site actually logs us out and we need to log in once again. Else, if we do not log in and we continue to brute force the verification codes, it will say invalid CSRF token if we are doing using automated tools like Perpsuit, Intruder, and etc. But if we do normally, we can see this. So what we need to do is we'll go to Perp. Okay, in the HTTP history we can see all this login, first login request, then the post login, then the get login to, and then the post login to. All right, so this is the get and post for the username and passwords, and this is the get and post for the security code. All right, so we'll go to project options. What we need to do is after every failed attempt at guessing the credentials security code, what we need to do is we will have to log in once again. So we will configure our burp suite to do that, so it becomes completely automated. So what we will do is we will just go to project options, then we will go to sessions. All right, so this is actually perps option to manage the sessions. So I'll go to the session handling rules. I'll click on add. You might change the rule description over here. So without wasting any time, I will just switch to scope. So in scope, I'll just click in include all URLs. All right. And I'll go back to details, and in the rule actions, I'll click on add. Okay. In the add, I'll click on run as macro. Once I click on run as macro, I'll see this session handling action editor rule 1. So something like this box window will open. So select a macro. This option is there. So I'll just click on add, and I see this macro recorder option open. So make sure you have turned on the proxy well before you have tried to log in, else you will not get this login first login get request which is needed. Okay, which this is needed so that we can actually have actually can send the post request and try to log in. So we will select this first get login request. Okay, then I'll select this post login request, then I'll also select this get login to request. Okay, and what I will do, I'll just click on OK once I am done selecting this. So I can see this get login, post login, get login to. Okay, so I'll just do try test macro. Okay, so what I need to get is, so it is just requesting, and in the response I'll just try to look if there is a place to enter my. So I'll just select this login to, and it should ask me for the security code. So here you can see, please enter your 4-digit security code. You can also try to render, and you will get a similar response you get in browser. So I'm not rendering it because analyzing the code, simple code, is much faster. But if you are if you are new to this field and just trying to look how it works, so you can just go through it. It's pretty awesome. So here you can see, please enter your 4-digit security code. So in the last request we got this, so it's working perfectly fine as we expect. Okay, so first it will log in and then it will ask for the 4-digit security code. If it doesn't work, you will get something like invalid CSRF token, and if you get something like that, you need to just check where you did wrong. Okay, so where you did the wrong step, you just check it. So after testing, I'll just click on OK. Okay, and I'll just click this OK also, and I'll just click OK on this window also. So now we see that our rule has been added. So what it will do is, every time we send a brute force attack, means every time we try to brute force one single code, it will just log us in once again, so the counter will actually reset. Okay, so you know that after trying to brute force two failed attempts, after two failed attempts we are logged out, right? So what if we log in after every once, means after every single brute force attempt, after every single brute force code, we log in once again, so the counter will reset, right? So that's what we are trying to do. All right, so now we are done with setting this sessions. I'll go back to proxy. I'll go back to this login too. So this post, I'll select this post login to request where had sent this code. All right, I'll send it to intruder. Okay, I'll send it to intruder. In the positions, I'll click clear. I'll select this MFA code and click on add. Okay, so it should look something like this. I'll go to payloads. I'll select numbers. I'll select from 0 to 9999. So that's the maximum number that it can get in 4 digits, right? So I'll just skip step 1. Minimum integer digits is 4 because it's always 4 digits. So if it's 1, so it will give 0001, and if it's 9, it's 9999. So maximum integer digits is also 4. So minimum fraction digits is 0, maximum fraction digits is 0. Okay, so the payloads will look something like this. Example sets given. Okay, so now in resource pool, what we need to do, just click on create new resource pool. If you are using professional PubSuite 2021.7, may it be community or anything, if it is 2021.7 or later, you will get this resource pool option. If it is earlier version, you will get this option in options tab. So there will be a option somewhere before this error handling. So somewhere here option will be there where you can change the number of requests made and the delay between each request. So I'll just click on both and I'll set the number maximum concurrent requests to 1. Okay, and the delay between the requests to, let's say, 100. Okay, so once I'm done, I'll just start the attack. One thing you note, once it start, let me start it. It started. One thing you must note, if you have configured everything correctly, you will get the status code 200 for every payload. Okay, you will get status code 200 for every payload. uh, there might be in between some network issues or something, you might get 400 status codes or something like that. So if you are getting something like this 200 status code series, so you know that you have configured everything correctly and your attack is working fine. Okay, so how we will know that this which status code, which secret code is actually the correct, which payload is actually the correct payload, right? So if we get a status code of 302, I repeat, if we get a status code of 302, we will know that it's a valid payload. So let me type it in the notepad also. So we need to look for status code 302. So here all the status codes are 200, so we need to look for 302. All right, so if the status code is 302, uh, and ignore everything else. Okay, so if the status code is 302, what you need to do is just let's suppose this one is 302. So I'll just go to response, I'll just right click and show response in browser. So I'll just stop this video right here and I'll resume once I receive the 302 response code. It will take a lot of time, and all the Burp Suite Postgre Academy expert level labs take a lot of time, so we need to wait. All right, so here we can see that the status 302 has been received. So I'll just click on it and I'll just go to responses and right click and show response in browser and copy this link. I go to my browser, open a new tab, paste this link and put it. So I'll just click on show response and here you can see the lab is solved and we have successfully logged in as Carlos, and we have successfully solved this lab. So this is how you can solve this lab for imports figure, that is by brute forcing two-factor authentication. And so that's it for this video. Thank you.